it took quite a while, but I finally managed to get the intense voice of Hatsune Miku on grade. I already feel a little bit more powerful. Hey there guys, my name is Blake, also known as The Nerd, and welcome to another episode of Minute 39. Normally I talk about some things, but number one, I really don't have that much, and number two, I'm kind of in a hurry because this is actually the only time this week I can sit down and record, and hopefully that isn't shortened to where I have to post narrate this entire thing. At least I hope not. But, have you guys heard of the Miku Expo 2020 release dates in North America? Yeah, surprisingly enough, it's not in, LA or New York. If you don't believe me, I'll have a link to it in the description below. And apparently a lot of people are making complaints about it, and requesting LA, New York to be on the list before it starts, and not in April, I'm assuming, because that's the week of Coachella as well. I think that was very bad timing for those who want to go to Coachella, but also are a fan of Hatsune Miku, and they saw the Miku Expo thing thinking, hey, I should probably sell my Coachella ticket and go to Miku instead. I don't know. I personally think it's just bad timing. But hey, if you're going to send a repeal or something like that, please make sure you're doing mature. We don't want another bring back National Dex incident where we're harassing people for no reason. I'm sorry, I had to include that. But secondly, speaking of requests, which we have a lot of, first off, leave your suggestions in the comment section below. But speaking of that, please make sure you're only commenting your requests in the Minute 39 videos. I've seen a couple of them outside of the Minute 39 videos, one of them in Pokemon Sword. Now, you are more than welcome to leave comments about those videos, whether you enjoyed the video or there's information you didn't know about, you want to leave comments about that, or if you want to throw in some interesting facts about the game, or just whatever. Just please, again, don't spam the comments with Minute 39 requests, because I get that a lot from Minute 39, and I focus solely on those, so if it's in any other video, I will not look at them, because, again, it's not Minute 39. Plus, I don't want to confuse the other people that are just there specifically for those videos that look at the comment like, wait, what are they talking about? Requests in Pokemon or any other video game? No, that doesn't make sense. So, again, please try your best to make sure it is only on the Minute 39 videos. With that being said, we have a request from our Patreon, which is not the intense voice of Hatsune Miku. I know that's pretty disappointing. But it's also a good reminder that for $1 a month, full priorities with Minute 39. But that, I mean, your request is always in, and the first in line, if there's not more than one patron, or if there's more than one patron, you are guaranteed to be in every episode that you post on. So, if you want that $1 a month, maybe YouTube something, I don't really know. But, Zeno777, our Patreon of course, requested that 1 second in slow motion on either hard, extreme, or extra extreme. I'm gonna go with extreme because I practiced this a little bit last night. In fact, I recorded the wheel at 2 in the morning, and I practiced this at like 1 o'clock so that I can actually get the hang of this. And additional features is pink under-rim glasses, detachable collar, red backpack, and recorder. Oh yeah, and also he wishes us good luck on the finals in case you have finals. Which, I mean, I kinda do because I'm taking the class that's, what's the word? Every time I record, I forget what it's called, so I don't really have the thing. So give me a second while I actually prepare the stuff. There we go, now she's more prepared for school. I guess that's why she has the flower on there. And I guess that's the closest thing to a schoolgirl, because you don't have the actual suit, so this is the closest thing to a suit, except it's buttoned up. I like it. I like it very much. Plus, you can't really do much with Teto, because it's only 3 modules, so you only have a limited amount to use with the hair. So, making use of the features to make it a schoolgirl. I like where you're going with this, Zeno. I really do. Anyways, enough talk. Let's see if I can do well on Extreme. Again, I got an 81%. Kappa. Right. They don't work with that kind of video, do they? Especially not now. Can't believe I made a Kappa joke. Again. Well, there's a save, but I'm surprised I actually got X on this so far. Oh, I thought I didn't get that. It'd be nice if I actually got the excellent still, but I'll take a great. Never mind about the excellent. I'll take the great still. There is nothing else. For some reason, I was thinking extra extreme, so I'm good. Yeah, I tried doing this on extra extreme, and while I gotten pretty close, there's still, or at least pretty close to clearing it, there's still a couple things that I'm not completely understanding, so that's why I didn't do extra extreme. I was debating for a long time, and I actually practiced a little bit on extra extreme. But ultimately, I decided extreme would be a little bit better for me personally, so that's why I did that. The good news is, I actually upgraded my score to great, so literally great. Oh, man. I don't think we ever seen this song in Minute 59 before. I think, without spoiling a little bit of the episode, I think there's a couple songs that's never been on Minute 59 before, so, get hyped for that. But, for a while it was on excellent. There's those couple notes, especially the dual ones that I just completely missed out on. But, oh well, that's my second attempt at doing this on, the episode, pretty much. So, I'm content once again with a great. If it's above clear, I am very, very pleased with. Anyways, with that being said, thank you, Xeno, for that request, and let's move on to the next one. Well, I mean, I guess I'll stay on 7, even though it's like one level below, and somehow I have a grade on this. I think I remember doing this on a stream, that's probably why I have a grade. But, speaking of this song, new person by the name of Vocaloid, which was from the... I forget what episode it was. I think it was like 91st or 92nd, I was saying one of those. Or it might have been 93rd, I'm not sure. But this person requested Kipple Industry Incorporated. Again, a new song we've never had on Minute 39 before. At least I don't think we have. On either hard or normal. I'm going to do it obviously on the hard difficulty with Luca in her Conductor Rose outfit. I'll just show you the rest of this. Conductor Rose without the hat and the Twinkle Resort outfit. With the silver, or the black glasses. Honestly, it looks really nice. And in fact, I could take off these glasses and it would look even better. But we'll keep the glasses on for the sake of the request. That's probably one of my favorite... hold on. Interruption in the middle of a request. That hasn't happened in a while, but I'm honestly glad it wasn't in the middle of a song, but rather in the middle of me explaining the whole thing. And I think luckily it happened towards the end, so I'm not complaining. There's nothing really to complain about there. But unless I do bad on this one, let's see how well this goes. Maybe that was a good sign that I could take like a 30-second break. Yeah, the call didn't last that long. I vaguely remember this on the hard difficulty, because I cleared all the songs on hard on the stream, so... I have some thumbnail potential for sure. Maybe. I'm just thinking out loud. Don't mind me. Wait, where'd I get the save game? Explain? Yeah, there is no way I'm getting an excellent on that. Although I will take almost getting it barely close, but holy crap, there was one triangle and square thing where I was pushing way too early and I was fully aware of that. Yikes. That definitely added up the safe numbers there. Ooh. I mean, if I was closer to excellent, I would have managed to try that again to go for an excellent. But I think I'm good still with a grade. At least I got a higher score. And honestly, out of the 7 stars ones, minus Popipo, which took a while. Actually, no, that was 7.5 and I perfected that. Out of the 7, this I feel is the easiest one. That's just me personally. You might find an easier one on your time. Let me know if there's an easier 7-star for you. Also, off topic, I finally got my my Miku Expo 5th Anniversary CD that I ordered through Black Friday. I actually got this early in the morning before even recording. And I'm recording this at 11 a.m., which is weird because I normally record this like the evening. But again, I'm very limited on time, so that's why I'm doing this at 11 instead of my usual around that time. So hopefully I managed to do it good. Anyways, thank you Vocaloid for that request, and let's move on to the next one. Hey, well, speaking of low number ranking extreme songs, we got 8. This is the zone I'm like, it really depends on the song. The song's pretty good. I might be able to do well, but if it's like fast and brutal on 8-star, then maybe I might at least get a standard clear or get close to it. But again, it's a 9 or 10 because you know me, we know fail mode those, so that way I don't mess up entirely to the point where you don't hear the entire song. Anyways, I apologize for going on a tangent like that, but brand new person right here, Cinnamino. Is that how you say it, or is it Kinomino? Cinnamino. Oh, it's Cinnamino. Like cinnamon. Gotta remember that. Cinnamino requested cat food on the extreme difficulty with Miku in any module or accessories I want. And very luckily, I did not change Sure Set C, so this makes a comeback after getting a perfect on Here Comes Katakata-san. It makes a return, and hopefully you guys do actually like it. In fact, I'll give you guys a preview of it right now in case you missed it. And or if you want to make more art of this. I've seen a couple arts on Discord. Speaking of, you should totally join my Discord because we have a fun group going on over there. But this is what I went with. We have the Snow Miku 2018 alternative with the Demons of the Dead Hair and the Kitsune Tail, or the 9 Fox Tails as this calls it, because, you know, it's not hard to say Kitsune apparently, or it's very difficult to say Kitsune here outside of Japan. Am I right, fellas? Up top. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and dive right in. I have an 8894, but I'm not sure if I can improve that. Again, that was like at 1 in the morning. I'm surprised I actually got that far with an 8-star. But then again, it's cat food. It's one of my favorites to play. And I think I could still perfect it. I haven't played it on hard in a while, but with my skills on that, I should be fine. At least, maybe. I was so busy focusing on the one stick, I was like making that sparkling knife. Remember that used to scare me? No, it doesn't anymore. I tried to hold that, but it didn't work. Wow, 90% on that one. That was actually really good. This is the episode of Great Rankings. Although one of them was pretty close to excellent, but then again, I made several mistakes during that one. Not this one specifically. There was a bunch of wrongs, don't get me wrong. I think mostly due to my mess-ups and whatnot, my early morning brain, although 11:21 isn't really early brain, it's just... I stayed a bit too late because I was trying to fill in the Minute 3 Night request and again doing the wheel. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't went to bed by like 12 or something. But that's not me complaining, that's just me realizing that I probably stay up sometimes a bit too late. But hey, I got a great score on this one at least. It's a 90-17. Again, it's cat food. I had no issues with cat food whatsoever. Again, 8 star for me is just that iffy. It's just an iffy thing. Like, if it's a song I know very well, I can easily kind of do it with minimal mistakes. This is very well the case with this point. Anyways, I don't know what I'm going on about. I know what I'm going on about. It's just words. Anyways, thank you Cinnamino for that request, or Cinnamino, just cinnamon, for that request, and let's move on to the next one. Okay, so I know this person requested Extra Extreme in this one, but when I go over to Extra Extreme, it's not on here. I really dodged a bullet. Then again, the last Extra Extreme song, I'll admit, wasn't that difficult. I was just surprised I got like a 70%, where I could have cleared it on no film, well, that was all. But, speaking of which, Elizabeth DeLong requested Nostalgic on Extra Extreme, which, there is none, so we're gonna go Extreme. With Haiku in her Cyber Dive outfit. Very luckily, all I had to do was push the control stick that time to figure it out. And that's pretty much about it. Nothing to it. Let's just dive right in. It's 7.5, so again, I had no issues with it with an Extreme song. Hopefully a 7.5 isn't anything too bad either. I'm hoping at least. Feeling great. They'll probably go to clear. Or just a standard. Oh, shoot. Ah, shoot. How did I get it back? Well, I did it way too early, that's how. Definitely not getting a grade. First song we didn't get a grade on, and I'm okay with that. Now, dramatic... Oh. Well, I don't know how rare it is to get, like, the dramatic zoom in and, like... You know how it goes boom sometimes? It like stamps like the rating. It happened to me when I practiced it, but wow, that was not even the highest score. That's concerning, but at the same time, I mean, I'm just doing this for fun. I don't expect to do that great on here, especially with a background with a Disneyland castle that kind of distracted me for a second there, and at least the goodness is there's no belt bra, so... Well, I mean, there's a belt bra now, but I mean... in the video itself. If it wasn't the video itself, I mean, I'm a Christian, but, I would have to pray really hard if that were the case. But, enough of that. Thank you, Elizabeth, for that request, and let's move on to the next one. Goodbye, Extreme. Hello, Hard. I'm noticing a trend this episode. We are just jumping back and forth from hard to extreme, then back to extreme. I think for a couple songs, and now we're back on hard, this time on 5.5, and I personally do not mind that. As we have another returning person, Sophie Andrew. Hello, if you're in the chat. I'm pretty sure you're in the chat. I've seen you a lot. I know I don't actually chat a lot in the YouTube chat, and that's because I'm usually off doing other things, but if I'm around, feature me, please say hi, so that way everyone knows. But Sophie Andrew requested Betty the Liar on hard difficulty with Miku in the following module choices. For the main vocal, we have the Moonlight Butterfly head with the Out of the Gravity body with the devil wings. Looks actually really nice. I was kind of questioning why the hair, but actually now that I look at it, it looks a lot better than the actual Out of Gravity hair, in my personal opinion. And for the sub-outfit, we have the Deep Sea Girl module with the punk hair without the hat. And angel wings, so kind of nice. I actually do like this. But that's a little brief look at it. Let's just go ahead and again jump right into the song. Man, I'm spinning up a bunch of this. Maybe this might be one of the shorter episodes. I'm not really sure, but I'm making hope. Was that my only mistake? That was my only mistake, wasn't it? That one thing I made? I hope not. I honestly hope not, and I hope I got, like, at least more than one. That's it, then. Oh, you've got to be kidding me! I am that close? Seriously? You're really tempting me, aren't you, game? You're really tempting me, aren't you? Well, great choice in the modules overall. I mean, I'm gonna go back and see if I can perfect it. I know where I'm missing it, and I think I'm gonna go back and try to perfect it, so... You know the drill by this point, for those of you who've been around, for those of you who don't. Usually I just cut until I get the perfect, so... Since I only missed one, and I know where it is, if this doesn't happen, thank you, Sophie, for the request, but I'm pretty sure it will, so let's see what happens. That's it, right? No more notes? I think we're good. Okay, so there was a little bit of noise outside, and I'm surprised that I was actually able to get through all of that. Granted, the noise was minimal. I'm kind of stuttering because I'm honestly excited that I got that with a little bit of noise, but that took, I think, only a couple of resets in order for me to get the perfect, so I'm okay with that. I just can't believe I did that at a good timing, actually. So, the next request, I think, is not on Future Tone. I'm looking at it right now, and it's not on Future Tone. So... Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Okay, well, I'll explain that a little bit later. But, thank you once again, Sophie Andrew, I almost forgot the name for a second, for the request. That was nice. We have a perfect here. Now, if you excuse me, I'm going to move on to the final one real quick. You just gotta love when Project Diva X does this amazing transition only for it to have a load screen and then you actually get the Vocaloid that you have selected. Well, I'm here on Diva X and I'm post-narrating something I didn't want this episode, but like I mentioned earlier, I was in a time crunch and stuff like that happened. So the reason I'm on Diva X is because I actually have one last request. And it was actually on free play mode itself in Diva X. And that comes to us from Stardom and Crystal. And luckily I have the comment on my photo thing right now. So she wanted streaming hard on either hard or extreme with Miku and Maiko. If it's possible to switch Vocaloids, which it's Diva X, of course it's possible. So, because it's possible to switch, we have Maiko with the Border Break Operator. And for the Transferring module, we have Miku in the Dark Angel module. Also says to fight back against the FTC, although, to be fair, they've actually updated it a bit to where it's kind of like they're understanding a little bit of the internet, but I'm fully aware that could change to the last second, and they may still be their old ways, not really sure, but maybe this is, the whole Kappa thing is targeting specifically for children channels, and hopefully getting rid of them. I mean, thank goodness, I don't want any more nursery rhymes on those things. Ugh. It's ridiculous. But enough talk about that. Let's actually jump into the song here. You guys are going to see the module choice I have on here. It is as the request follows. Man, the loading screen takes forever. And let's just jump into the song right now, shall we? You know, when people got Project Diva X, it took them probably about a couple months to perfect the song. It took me 3 years to perfect this one. Well, I hope, Star Crystal, you didn't mind me adding the wings. I mean, obviously it's called Dark Angel. And yes, I did actually try to go for perfect, as I did actually have an attempt and I was pretty close. I did miss a couple notes, so I'm like, you know what? Regardless of how many times it may take, I'm going to aim for a perfect and see if that's possible. And it took plenty more afterwards. So, with that, there's a nice little crown right there. And now it's time for us to spin the wheel. Oh, thank you, Stardom and Crystal, for the request. Now, let's spin the wheel. Fun fact, the wheel is actually live recorded. Hey, I know why you're here. You're welcome. I'm making this wheel a challenge short this time around. Let's see what it lands on. Hopefully something good. Free play. Alright. That's a good reward for keeping it short. Speaking of keeping it short, let's go over and see what I do. Thank goodness it landed on free play because I don't think I have any requests for Diva X. But I decided to do Raspberry Monster because it's a song that's probably not going to appear on Mega Mix anytime soon, or hopefully it appears in a future Project Diva game. And I decided to also use Demon Star. Again, going with the theme of things that will probably never appear in Mega Mix, but hopefully in a future Project Diva title or DLC for Mega Mix. Actually, if this was DLC, I would not mind this at all, especially Demon Star, because as I mentioned before in the Diva X playthrough and in Miku Expo, it is the coolest costume and the best module ever. Yes, I'm combining both sentences into one. I'm excited to play this. Who remembers the good old days when this was copyright blocked? I do. Thank goodness it isn't anymore. Ultimately, my goal with this free play was to actually get a perfect, And Raspberry Monster is a 5-star, so I'm surprised it took this long to actually get this on perfect. Now, I did actually hear, or at least saw comments, or at least I think in the chat of the last episode, that apparently I was doing perfectionist when it was free play. When really, free play is just a gateway for me to do whatever I really feel like. Whether it's perfecting a song, or using crazy modules in the crazy song, or going beyond my limit if I really feel like being risky and playing an extra extreme song on 9 or 10, which will probably never happen. But just know free play is kind of like a gateway for me to do pretty much anything without any limitations. That's why I put it on the panel. Just in case that happens, I have free range. Anyways, that's enough. Thank you guys for watching this episode of Mini 39. I apologize for the post-narration, but it's only for 2 songs. If you enjoyed this episode, do me a favor, drop a like, subscribe, ring the bell, leave your suggestions in the comment section below using the format in the description below, and I will see you guys in the next episode. So until we meet again, do remember to take care. Speed running the outro, let's go.